Ariel Sullivan's Conform is a dystopian sci-fi debut that plunges readers into a chilling world where perfection is law, individuality is a crime, and survival means surrendering to control. It's a story about power, identity, and rebellion, set in a society that thrives on erasure of art, of history, and of people deemed defective. The novel is set in a stratified city, divided between the glittering towers above the clouds and the shadowy depths below. Society is ruled by the Illum, an all-seeing council that sorts citizens into rigid categories: elites, minor defects, and major defects. Your worth is determined by your genetics, your body, and your ability to reproduce. Those deemed defective are stripped of rights, forced into menial labor, and erased from history. At the center of the story is Emeline, a 27-year-old minor defect marked by heterochromia, one blue eye, one brown. Her flaw makes her disposable in the eyes of the Illum, yet she is tolerated because of her potential fertility. Emeline works in the underground archives, erasing humanity's past, art, books, and relics that remind people of imperfection and beauty. Every day she deletes fragments of history, a metaphor for her own erasure in a society obsessed with conformity. Her life changes when she is unexpectedly chosen to become the mate of an Illum heir. Overnight, Emeline is thrust into a world of glittering privilege, quiet terror, and suffocating expectations. The marriage arrangement is not a gift, it's a cage designed to control her body and her future. Yet within this gilded prison, Emeline begins to see cracks in the system. Whispers of rebellion stir in the shadows, led by a mysterious figure known only as the Reaper. The Reaper challenges the Illum's authority, spreading hope among the defects and forcing Emeline to confront her own identity. Torn between survival and resistance, she must decide whether to conform to the system or fight back against a regime built on fear and erasure. Thematically, Conform explores power and authoritarian rule. The Illum's obsession with control mirrors real-world systems of oppression. Identity and self-worth. Emeline's heterochromia becomes a symbol of individuality in a society that demands sameness. Bodily autonomy and reproduction. The Illum's control over fertility highlights the politics of the body. Memory and art. The act of erasing history becomes a metaphor for silencing humanity's imperfections and beauty. Sullivan's prose is sharp and immersive, painting the city as both dazzling and suffocating. The contrast between the glittering towers above and the gray, lifeless archives below reflects the divide between privilege and disposability. The pacing is relentless, with Emeline's journey balancing moments of quiet vulnerability with explosive revelations. What makes Conform so compelling is its emotional depth. Emeline is not a stereotypical rebel. She is vulnerable, conflicted, and painfully human. Her choices are messy, her fears are real, and her courage comes not from certainty but from desperation. This complexity makes her journey resonate, reminding readers that rebellion often begins with small acts of defiance. The audiobook narration enhances the experience, capturing both the cold precision of the Illum's world and the vulnerability of Emeline's voice. It's immersive, unsettling, and the kind of listen that keeps you hooked until the final revelation. Bottom line, Conform is a dystopian thriller with teeth, perfect for fans of The Handmaid's Tale, 1984, or Divergent. It's dark, thought-provoking, and unforgettable, a debut that asks what it truly means to be human in a world that demands conformity.